I'm sure at some point in your life you have all realized that the school system doesn't seem to care about the children that are considered problem children. In my book, One Child by Tori Hayden, I found out that all it really takes is one person to care and you can change that kid's life forever. In the book, One Child, there are two main characters, Tori and Sheila. The book is told from Tori's point of view on teaching Sheila. Sheila is a 6-year-old girl who set a boy on fire and was sent to the state hospital. Sheila was sent to the special ed room that Tori teaches in because the state hospital didn't have enough room to hold one more person. The only reason why Sheila was put into Tori's room was because she didn't talk. But if I were her, I probably wouldn't talk either, considering everything that has happened in my life. The first couple of weeks that Sheila is at school are pretty rough. She doesn't talk, doesn't do homework, and is mean to the other kids in the room. Sheila ends up having to come to school an hour early and stay an hour late because of the bus she has to ride. I feel bad because Sheila wears the same pair of overalls and has to get treated differently because of one mistake that she made in her life, and nobody really cared about her. The extra time Tori has with Sheila really helps to break the ice and makes Sheila realize that people really do care. The first thing that Tori does to gain Sheila's trust is to give Sheila a bath and buy her hair clips. Sheila had never had hair clips because her mom had abandoned her and her dad ignored her at home. Tori finds out that Sheila is actually really bright for her age, but has been scarred by everything that has happened at home. Tori basically treats Sheila like Sheila is Tori's kid, and I think Tori got too involved because she knew that she was going to have to let Sheila go at some point in her life, but it was good for Sheila to realize that people did care and that it's not just her dad or that those are the kind of people in the world. To me, one of the most important parts of the book is when Sheila's court date comes around. Tori and her boyfriend Chad decide to fight for Sheila's freedom, and they end up winning and going out to celebrate. Chad and Tori take Sheila out for pizza and end up buying her a dress. See, Sheila was so excited and touched that she wore the dress every day to school instead of her overalls. I honestly thought after that night had happened that Tori and Chad were going to get married and adopt Sheila and it was going to be a happy ending for everybody, but that didn't happen and it made me want to cry. About a month later, Sheila came to school with her overalls on instead of her dress and is shaded and doesn't really trust anybody like the first couple of weeks of school. And it turns out the night before, Sheila's Uncle Jerry had come to spend the night, just like he would just randomly show up. And sometime during the night, Jerry got drunk and went into Sheila's room and tried to rape her. Sheila claims it had happened before, but this night he was super drunk, and since Jerry's thing didn't fit into Sheila because she was 6, Jerry went ahead and went into the kitchen, got a butter knife, and cut Sheila open and just left her there to bleed out and didn't do anything about it. When Sheila came to school the next day, Tori realized what had happened and rushed her to the ER, and Sheila had to have multiple surgeries and was in the hospital for almost a month and had to end up gaining everybody's trust back after the accident. By the end of school, Tori had decided it would be in her best interest to leave the school and Chad and Sheila behind and just go do her own thing. At first, Sheila didn't handle it well, but she eventually liked the idea of being a part of a real classroom where she could learn real stuff and be interacting with real kids. And at the end of the book, I still feel like Tori had gotten too involved emotionally with Sheila, and it did almost more harm than it did to do that than was good. I didn't really like the book One Child. It seemed like it was always going to go somewhere and like it was building up, but it just ended and it didn't really tell anything why. It had grammar mistakes and spelling mistakes, and that really bothered me to read. That was really hard to just get past and keep reading. And the worst part is I didn't like how it never explained why Sheila set the boy on fire at the beginning. I think Sheila's dad might have had something to do with it, because he was always drunk and he never wanted Sheila, and he just wanted to get rid of her and wanted somebody to blame. And I never understood why Sheila's dad was able to keep custody of Sheila, because he didn't take care of her and he didn't provide her needs and what she wanted, and he blamed her for everything. But I think he really did care, but he didn't know how to show it because he was so emotionally detached from what happened earlier with Sheila's mom and her just leaving and taking Sheila's brother, which happened earlier in the book. So I don't know. I wouldn't recommend it, but I just didn't like the book. So thanks for watching.